Good morning, everyone. Oh, day two, salt mines, Glad to have you all back.
Yeah,
I
rise
hope,
and shine,
was it
gamers.
Rise and Grind gamers? Rise
Yes,
and Grind.
rise
Good
and grind,
morning.
fellow gamers.
No,
Sunday morning.
yeah, it's good. It's day one went really super well. I'm really, really happy. I think people had a great time and we had a wonderful experience, lots of new stuff. And I think there was some crazy panels in there, like
Oh my gosh,
learning about like hitbox design from the rivals team. Like I was actually I actually was pogging, like
that
just
was
literally
actually incredible.
anticipation. Yeah, the
All,
anticipation shot, like, oh, it's so good.
all the panels yesterday were so engaging. So this kind of goes into like salt mines as a whole, right? Like Brad's been doing this for so long. It's been like in this big community hall. It takes up like 2 days, and we've all been there like 4 a.m. trying to wrap up like the last tournament kind of thing. And but then how do we capture that experience? Or how would Brad actually capture that experience of like the community getting together, doing these panels, getting the vendors to showcase themselves, and having that kind of feel given the context of this pandemic and being stuck at our own homes? And I think Brad did a really good job. So like, put I don't know, put your favorite emoji in the chat if you think Brad did a great job for this weekend so far, because I think he has.
Well, and I think the story remains the same as it always has. It's not just me; it's everyone helping out. I mean,
Mhm.
when I put out the call to have people do amazing content, I mean, they brought back some of the best answers I could have possibly asked for. I mean, the idea of doing a health and wellness panel is not something I anticipated doing, but I am so excited and glad we got to do that. And likewise, we have panels of all sorts today, and the ones we had yesterday were incredible too. So.
Mhm.
We got tons of stuff. We got even more stuff to go through today. I mean, just a
Mhm.
brief overview of what we're doing. I mean, we've got, we're welcoming. We've got some Q&A with the ASA team. We're going to announce the mystery tournament details, which I know a lot of people care to
Mhm.
hear the details of.
Yes,
We're
sir.
doing Among Us with some crazy, crazy hype content creators.
Yeah.
We got Proton John, Lumpy Touch, Bubs, Zalor,
Zalor, Goblins.
Gobrins.
Yeah, we got the whole gang. We
The
got
list goes
every.
on. Zeke
We
is in
got
there
every.
too.
Yes, we got the coolest content creators in Alberta participating
And I
in
think we
Among
have
Us, and they love us.
five or six perspectives being shared in that too. So people are gonna you can see everyone's different perspectives if you want to go back
Oh,
and
tune
watch the
into their
pod.
streams. Yeah, that's
That
right.
ZTZ
Multi Twitch it,
Productions and
baby.
Azrael in there. Yeah, multi
Yeah,
Twitch it. There you
multi
go.
Twitch that.
Of course, we lead into the rock paper scissors, a staple. We have to do it. It went super well yesterday. That was actually incredible. I'm
Oh my
so
god, Rock Paper
glad.
Scissors, so good.
And then we're gonna
Oh,
be
we should add
exploring.
too. We should talk about. Do you want to talk about the prizings for RPS this today?
Do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to wait till it happens? I like to wait. I like to give
Wait,
people
all
in
right.
suspense.
Oh, okay, okay.
I like
All
to
right.
keep in suspense.
Let's just say there's cooler prizes than there was yesterday,
Yeah,
and then
even bigger prizes than
yeah,
yesterday.
and I'm I'm gonna add a little extra to the prizing. Well, I'll say that much too. So be
Yeah.
sure if you missed out on yesterday, definitely check it out today for RPS. You don't want to miss it out. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out.
And then we're going to be exploring the game dev process with the devs of Little Hellion. We got Devin and Jace taking part in a panel there. That's going to be
Mm-hmm.
exciting, especially because we know how much Little Hellions is a favorite with this community. So
Yes.
I'm really excited to see what they do, what the inner workings there is.
Give them some love for
Yeah.
sure. Give them some love.
Then we have Elise doing a intro to 3D printing cosplay.
Mhm.
It'll happen. You can see the reverse of Victor's desk in that panel.
Oh yeah. So what's cool is you guys might want to tune in to win a chance at getting one of these controller stands, courtesy of Porzellan. Whether you use GameCube or Pro.
And also Kirby legs.
Oh, and then a cursed Kirby. Oh, let me show the stream. You get a little cursed Kirby. Look at that. Look at that, right? Look at that defined butt. Look at that. I'm gonna turn him around. Look at that.
I,
Oh my gosh. Oh, is that against terms of service? I don't know. We'll find
it's
out.
yeah.
Look
I
at
like
the
to
feet
think.
too. If
I
you're
like to
into
think.
that, defined feet too. You got everything.
I like to think anytime a printer like goes rogue, goes bad, that's what comes out. Like we put the wrong file in again. Dang, it came out another cursed Kirby. uh, and then of course we're jumping from there. We're doing World One is coming back. They usually bring in all the arcade machines. A little harder this year to do that in your own homes. So we're going to show you how to make them. Like building an arcade and actually what goes into that. And we got Joel doing that one, and it's going to be incredible. I really hope you stick around for that as well.
Yes.
And then we got our
I
very
know
own
all you
Peanut
fighting
Salsa.
game guys will love that one for
Oh
sure.
yeah, that'd be sick. I
Definitely
mean,
check it out.
imagine having your own in your home. Like we wouldn't need
Yeah.
to go out. And then we have our very own Tin of Salsa doing an introduction to arena first-person shooters, which is going to talk about like Quake, Diabolical, games like that.
Heck
Which I
yeah.
mean, most people at this point don't need an introduction because they've been doing it for 100 years. But I think that he's going to go over some really cool different techniques, some really cool skills, and some really awesome stuff in that panel.
And that man is literally in like a sling. Like he like broke his collarbone skateboarding, and he's gonna go through and do this panel for you all. So give that man some love.
And he's
Give that
running
man
3 tournaments. Like he ran
Yes! Oh
Valorant,
my
he's
god.
helping with
All
Counter Strike,
one-handed.
and he's running
Legend.
Diabolical. And he's been on stream a few times too. This
Yes.
man is the
Dennis
multifaceted
Salsa
kid.
is a legend. He's a
You can't
legend.
imagine.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to close out with a F-Zero speedrun by Artful Hobbs. And that is going to be incredible because he is actually very good at that game. He's currently sitting third in the worldwide leaderboards.
World.
Yeah.
Top 3 world.
And
Earth.
we're talking world records that haven't been beaten in 7 years that he's challenging. So it's really quite a spectacle. If he gets an incredible time, it could be history in the making.
And so, if you're wondering too, with all the panels that have been happening over this weekend, they're all going to be archived, not just on our Twitch. You can go and check out our past broadcasts, but give our YouTube channel a follow, or I guess you'd subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be dumping all the VODs for both our panels and what we can from the tournaments as well onto our YouTube channel. So definitely check it out. I don't know if anyone can link that in the chat there. We also need, what is it, like a certain number of subscribers so we can get like our actual custom URL. So please give that a subscribe.
Yeah,
give that a
free.
subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. It's free to subscribe to us, and it'll help us out so we can get the custom channel name.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, there's the link. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, and that's a bit of the overview of the day. I mean, I want to get into a little bit of who's helping make this happen. I mean, obviously the community is the lifeblood of Salt Mines, and it always has been. Wouldn't be here without them. But a big thing that makes kind of the hype, makes a lot of prizes happen, and really brings the experience to the extreme levels is, of course, our sponsors. And I mean, we've got all sorts of stuff. We got Memory Express doing their own tournament and supplying some prizing. Incredible stuff. Memory Express always a huge support. Likewise, Red Bull's here. They've brought in a ton of product. They bring in a ton of support. I love Red Bull. They've been with us since day one of Salt.
Richard's in the chat right now, man. That guy. Ronnie at Memory Express, Richard at Red Bull. We love them, man.
Yeah,
such great supporters of everything that we do.
I can't say enough how supportive they are, and what you bring them ideas, and they want to make it happen. That's all it is. There's no like, oh well, what'll it cost? It's just if it's cool, we're gonna make it happen one way or another. So I really appreciate what they do. And a new one this time around, we've got Herbaland bringing in some product and some prizing for us as well. Herbaland actually has a promo code for ASA, literally AESA, the promo code at Herbaland for, what is it, 15% off?
15% off, baby.
15% off.
Oh, so I'll actually, they're doing a cool little giveaway with us. I'll get the tweet here and post it in the chat. But if you retweet this tweet and give us a follow, then you can enter for a chance to win a $50 gift card. Or not a gift card, sorry, gift basket.
Gift basket, yeah, there you go. And I mean, again, Herbaland has been one of the newer ones, but they've been really engaged in trying to make the community stuff happen. And their product is actually like it's good. It genuinely is good stuff to have. I mean, I've been munching on the sour ones like all
sour ones are the best,
long.
for sure.
Yeah, I love the sour one. But
yeah.
they have all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you're just looking for a multivitamin, or if you're looking for like a
pre-workout,
plus, a pre-workout, yeah, like there's tons of different options.
We're just trying to promote healthier gaming, everybody.
Yeah,
and they're on board.
It was funny actually. Yesterday, Sam sits behind me at the computer there, and she just like tapped me on the shoulder and was like, "You should have one of these." And she gave me one of like the Immuno Plus ones because she just like, eat this, just because I hadn't been eating things, I hadn't been taking care of myself. And she's like, "Here, just make sure you're doing something for your body." And it was so simple, it's really easy. The gummy format is incredibly easy to digest. You don't have to eat a whole friggin' protein shake or nothing. But and then of course we've also got Norquest College, another new one, bringing in some prizing for us. They're really awesome. And we've got and of course I can't forget the gaming stadium. The gaming stadium.
TGS.
Yeah, $250 cash prize for Valorant that happened yesterday. These guys are awesome.
And beans.
And beans.
And beans, like literal beans in a can.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough that these guys are doing awesome things in the community as well. I mean, they're doing free cash prize tournaments like every week. They've got a
I know.
Valorant event coming up on the 17th, I think it is. Like they're going crazy. I highly recommend joining their Discord just for the pings, just for that.
For sure. And
Yeah.
we should mention too, like they're in Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, so they don't have to be helping us, but they do, and they do anyways, and we love them for it, and we love Steve over at TGS,
hmm
and yeah, giving them a lot of love.
Yeah, and then we've got, of course, there's lots of new ASA partners as well that have been taking part. I mean, Mindbuffs is a great example. They actually took part in a panel and expressed great ways to take care of yourself.
Man, yeah, that panel I think was my favorite. It was knowledge bombs like the whole time in terms of just like your attitude as a player, just everything. So definitely check those guys out. They're actually, so they play a huge role with ASA in addition to just providing the services that they do. So if you don't know with Mindbuffs, give them a follow because they're brand new actually. So I don't know if someone can grab their Twitter, but maybe I'll grab it here. But the reason I want to give them a big shout out here is because they're playing a pretty proactive role with us at ASA, supporting our human resources and health and wellness teams to help develop or to continue developing our code of conduct, working on our conduct panel as additional support. We're endorsing them as our like go-to counseling psychologists. So in the event that we have to deal with any issues within the community and the victim and the persecutor. Or the perpetrator rather needs someone to talk to after the case. Matt and Alexandra are the two that we are working with because they're both sports psychologists to help you guys play better, but they're also counseling psychologists for you guys to be better outside of the gaming space. So if you guys need any support, please reach out to them at MyBuffs.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, I really can't thank people enough for when they take part in an event. I really think being engaged is the best way to ever take part. And Mindbuffs is doing that day one. Like they just formulated that name, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So full disclosure, they reached out to us like months ago, but as like their own psychologists. These are two like they have their own clinics, they have their own services, but they wanted to kind of rebrand themselves in a fun way to kind of engage with our esports audience and our gaming audience. So definitely give them some love. They definitely deserve it with everything.
Absolutely, 100%. And I want to talk a little bit. I noticed Corey in the chat, but Digital Alberta has been super supportive and
yes,
incredibly useful for connecting with people. And I hope you all saw the video that we put out yesterday that Corey made because it was awesome. If not, it's on Twitter somewhere. I think we can probably link it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we retweeted it on Smash Logic and for sure.
Yeah, it's retweeted on our page. Big shouts to Corey. If people don't know, give Cellarcast in the chat some love. Yeah. He is one of the board members of Digital Alberta, which is the nonprofit organization that works with all of the industries in the digital space. Game developers, digital marketing, technology, the whole bit. And now his role is kind of incorporating gaming and esports kind of into that digital industry umbrella. So he's been playing a huge role for us. We love Corey so much. He's been with us basically since day one, really helping bridge the gap between us and kind of the tech industry and the mainstream industry as a whole. So big ups to Corey.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, honestly, like if you haven't seen the video, please watch it. It's actually like it's really well made, and it talks about a lot of awesome things. Not even just like it's not even focused on Digital Alberta. It's focused on everything going on.
Yes,
they bring up Alberta Makes Games. They bring up us. They bring up a few things for sure. What was next? ICU Video as well as another player that we're talking about in the community a little bit now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they'll be bringing in a lot of awesome production, especially for when we relaunch our events. They'll have their big cameras to help elevate our production value for our in-person events, especially to the next level. So if you guys don't know about ICU Video, they're the team that's been working with the U of A athletics programs for the last 30 years. They do all the high school sports programs, and there's someone from the fighting game community who works for them. And they put the little worm in the boss's ear to start doing esports events, and here they are. So it's great. We're happy to have them help us out.
Yeah, and of course, I mean Smash Logic. Duh. Of course, we're associated with ASA.
Of course,
it's obvious. Logic. Yeah. Why wouldn't we be? That's a pretty obvious choice.
Yeah.
And then we got Edmonton Locals Overclocked Gaming was another big one. They've been really awesome. Just, I mean, if you've ever been to Edmonton and never been to Overclock Gaming, I mean, obviously you've been missing out. They've
Mhm.
been doing awesome stuff for how long have they been around? 3 years?
Oh
4
my
years?
gosh. No, long time, man. We
Really?
can
Oh, okay.
big, well, not maybe not a long time. I don't know the exact years, but big shout outs to Tim. Big shout outs to Tim over at Overclocked. That's my home. That's where I spend my Wednesday nights playing fighting games. With their Wednesday night fight nights. They're our home for the fighting game community in Edmonton, and they do great work.
I know for a few years, all I ever heard was OKG, OKG. We're
Yeah,
going to OKG,
we're going
smashes
to OKG, baby.
and
Yeah,
then and it never clicked to me, and that's probably why I thought it was so short. It never clicked to me that OKG was Overclock Gaming. Like, it didn't
yeah.
um, and then of course we work pretty closely with Twitch Edmonton and a little bit of Twitch Calgary as well.
Yes. Shout outs
Um,
to Bex. Shout outs to Z-Wind.
yeah,
Both of you and your whole teams at Twitch Edmonton, Twitch Calgary. We love you guys.
yeah, they're awesome groups and they do awesome things. Likewise, I mean, fairly similar in the style, but Extra Life Calgary and Extra Life Edmonton are big players as well.
Yeah, if you guys are like streamers or like content creators, definitely get involved. Like meet them, learn more about the other Twitch streamers in your cities, and they have an awesome community there.
Well,
sure.
a lot of these groups have like teams. Like, if
Mhm.
you go into Extra Life, you can sign up for Team Calgary, Team Edmonton. If you're on Twitch, you can sign up for Team Edmonton, Team Calgary, and like it'll help boost both some connections for you, but it'll also help create a greater picture. So when at the end of the year they go, Calgary raised this much. If you're part of the team, you can be part of that image that raised $80,000 for the Stollery, $80,000 for the Alberta Children's Hospital.
Yeah, we'll be talking about them pretty soon here too.
Yeah, highly recommend checking them out if you haven't already. Even just to watch and take part, it's still a really awesome cause and a really awesome time.
That's right.
Which of course leads into we're working with Grand Prairie Regional Hospital Foundation. They've been helping us, and
Oh, we should mention this. Yeah, we should mention this actually.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of you in Alberta, we'll have an announcement pretty soon for a charity event for up in Grand Prairie as part of their Festival of Trees that are happening up there. Especially if you're from Grand Prairie or like northern Alberta, it's going to be a great opportunity. It's not live just yet. We're still dealing with a couple of things with Tiltify there, but stay tuned for an awesome online gaming charity event as part of their Festival of Trees up in Grand Prairie that we're going to be helping them with. So stay tuned for that. It'll probably be announced in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be very long at all before we get the full details of that out to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I guess before we talk about quick shout outs to Mount Royal University for hiring me and Brad and Gobs as esports instructors. Want to give a big shout out to them too. And just being great for us as well. We have a lot of plans with them moving forward outside of just working for them as faculty, and trying to elevate kind of esports at their university campus to supplement the program that they're providing. And also for anyone who's interested and is looking to get some further training to help leverage their career in esports, definitely consider taking the program. It's a continued education program, which means it's really flexible. There's only 4 courses taught by myself, Brad, Gobs, and our friend George in the UK. And you can get all 4 courses done in any order in the course of 3 years. And then you'll get your certified certificate for esports management, the business side of things. So definitely check it out if you're interested.
Yeah. That's it's such an awesome opportunity, because I mean, we're talking about like esports programs in Canada, and there really isn't many comparisons. There's a couple, but there is very few, especially in Alberta. It's a first.
Yeah. We're partnered with the University of California, Irvine, to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a brokered program. It's fantastic, and it's nice to see the dichotomy between like the industry, like top level California versus local, and kind of bridging the gap between them.
Right.
So people can actually learn the difference between what they see on the screen here versus what they see in a stadium in California.
Right.
So you really get to learn the difference and learn how to put those kinds of things together, and all the stages in between. I mean, esports is so much more than just the player.
There's so much stuff happening in the back, you guys.
There's an immense amount of like people work that is required to make these things happen at a large scale. I mean, we ourselves, even just this event, fully online, no stage to be built, nothing like that, no cameras besides webcams, and we're still 40 people or something making this happen today.
Yeah. It's just us 2 fools in front of the camera here, but we have a whole crew in the back, in our Discord, scrambling getting everything done.
Yeah,
So
they're all wondering where I am, why I haven't responded to the
yeah,
ultimate bracket yet. Yeah,
yeah,
which by the way is already started. If you are an ultimate player and you haven't checked into your match, I recommend doing so.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
and I actually want to shout out. I think it would be cool to shout out the winners of the brackets yesterday, just because we have
Oh, great call.
spare
Yeah,
time.
great call.
But I want to shout out. I know we didn't do team names for Valorant because Smash G can be a little bit loopy with them sometimes. But I know it was Measley was the team captain. So it was JV, Measley, Migs, Tammy, and Looped that took home Valorant. That was really I was very impressed. It was actually they really cleaned up the bracket. I feel like they were struggling to find an opponent that was worthy of them. You know,
Oh, you
they,
hate to see it. You hate to see the sweeps, but they earned their beans.
yeah,
got
they earned their beans.
They earned their beans.
But power to them because there was some incredibly good teams there, and I think they played extraordinarily well. So they definitely deserve all the hype. And I'm sure I'll get their official team name soon, but it wasn't listed on my bracket here. And then of course Super Smash Brothers Melee, Quaff, a hometown favorite.
Classic. Matthew,
Yeah.
well done. Quaff, the legend, the Marth legend, our best player, still
Yeah.
taking it.
We rarely see him lose in this region. He's incredible. I mean, he's a world level Melee player, and he always will be. So I'm not surprised by that at all.
Great job. Great job.
Smash Ultimate Random was taken home by Ray. It was actually it was a sick bracket. We had Skim Milk and Ray in the grand finals, and it was lots of people cheering from either side. And Ray, I mean, there was just watching the chat for that bracket where everyone was like, "Oh man, I've gotten Marth only once today." Like talking about like only getting their main one time, talking about having to fight.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I've gotten such bad luck. And then you're watching people who battle it out with like the most random of characters, and they're playing every single one of them to the top level. Like, so really impressed by Ray and their performance.
That's awesome.
Rivals of Aether taken home by Sheephair. Which is Medicine Hat proud.
Wow, nice! Congratulations, Medicine Hat. Big W.
Yeah, Sheephair is a legend and actually has risen in the rivals ranks very, very quickly. I mean, just 2 salts ago, I think barely scraped in or scraped out of top 8, and is now looking at a first place regularly. So props to Sheephair for that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, Tekken 7. Big shout outs to my boy JNR. He's actually the legend. If you want to talk about godlike Tekken players, JNR, man, the Filipino king, bro. This guy is so good. At my last event, one of my last events, Negan just came out, right? Negan from The Walking Dead was somehow a guest character for Tekken 7. This man just picks him up and wins the whole thing, man. Like, he is so next level at Tekken. It is amazing. JNR, legend. Congratulations. Love seeing you take home the W. Good stuff.
Yeah. And for Pokemon VGC, we had Scary win, and I remember watching some of that, and there was a big moment with I'm trying to remember the name of the Pokemon. It was Pinchurchin. Pinchurchin came out and actually took a huge lead in the game with Pinchurchin. It was like such a weird, strange pick for Pokemon. You wouldn't expect it, a lot of those like B tier Pokemon being picked up.
I love that.
But seriously, very, very well played by Scary, and I love seeing, because Pokemon's such a grueling format. I mean, you just have to be the best and constantly thinking. So much brain power. You play for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm really
I used
impressed.
to play competitive Pokemon, and it is intense, man. Especially if you run into stall teams, it really takes your endurance for sure.
Winning a Pokemon match is an investment. Like you're waiting to see your ROI, your depreciation. Like it's brutal.
Great stuff though.
Yeah, and then Eunice of course finished as well. And we got
Shout
Riddle.
outs to Riddle. Riddle Master, legendary Melee turned anime fighter player. Ben, great job, Riddle Master. Awesome, big W. Love it.
Yeah, and I can't thank the TOs of all those events enough, because those are like they're all finished. They all finished in good time. Everything went smoothly, and really.
Oh,
no.
So all right. So with rock paper scissors, here's what I always stand by. I think rock paper scissors is like boneless fighting games. It's like fighting games in its essence. You know what I mean? Right? You have block, grab, punch. Like that's your 3 things that you can do. And so then I feel like when you win an RPS tournament, you're basically like the #1 fundamentals fighting game player. That's what I believe. That's why I delete. So then now,
Now
who won
you said it.
RPS? That was Joshua Chan, baby. Kawasaki, aka Joshua Chan, aka Chan Josh, aka
Kuro
Karopi
Trophy.
Chopi. Joshua Chan, the legend. The legend. He took it home. How many people did he beat in RPS?
Well, there was 131, so 130. He beat 130 people.
130 people. So he's number one, baby.
Yeah,
Number one.
it's always impressive, and I'm excited for the boneless fighting game memes. I really am. But
And enter RPS today. Enter
yeah,
RPS today.
again, we have another one coming up. I'm gonna make sure Josh is in there for the redemption arc. I know Zane was gunning for him.
Mm-hmm. We should get the winners to face off at the end, just for pride.
Just for pride. We
Yeah.
can maybe make it happen. We can make it happen.
If Josh is around. Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome, and I know that you're all wondering what that illustrious win screen looks like. There is a win screen, but only one person gets to see it. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So yeah, and I guess we should give a quick shout out to all the tournaments that are happening today too. It's too late now to enter in any of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, rock paper scissors is the exception. You can still enter
that's
in
the
that.
exception. So but be sure to check it out. Smash Logic is our sister stream there. Ash Rao is running the stream there, and he's kind of Twitch monstering all of the tournaments that are happening. So we got Melee Cruise, we got Ultimate, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Splatoon 2, Street Fighter 5, Hang Out With Me for Dragon Ball Fighters happening tonight at 5. And then we have Diabolical.
Yeah, and Diabolical's happening as well. And actually, that made me realize that we forgot to shout out McSwagger for winning the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Oh, Mario Kart 8. That's right.
Absolutely swept it too, like undefeated. It was unreal.
Yeah.
But
everyone always jokes about like Mario Kart being like this random casual game, but if you're good at Mario Kart, you're good, man.
Yeah,
you hit those lines.
Mario Kart don't lose.
Yeah, if you hit those lines, it doesn't matter how many blue shells you throw at them. They got ways around it, man.
Yeah. I remember when I was like, I don't know, it must have been like 16 or something, learning how to get away from a blue shell for the first time. I'm like, wait a minute, how come it didn't hit him? I don't get it. And then somebody sat me down and was like, all right, if you time this right here, you'll get out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I spent the next like 3 years never figuring it out.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, those people are incredible. And actually, I recommend. I know they're going to be looking at building a Mario Kart community soon. Some hints, some spoilers there. There's going to be a Mario Kart community popping up. I know that Kihori and Tessa have been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes there.
Very good.
And like, if you've ever seen the time trials, like I think there's going to be a huge time trials blowout soon, because watching people compete for time trials times is actually like really, really, really impressive. And the videos that come out of it are like, you don't even understand. There's shortcuts on shortcuts on shortcuts of some of these tracks.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff. Okay. Yeah. What else should we talk about before we kick off day 2? Well, maybe we can announce our the last of our partners that we didn't talk about yet, which will segue into our next event after Salt Mines. So I think that's a good little transition to wrap this up.
Go for it.
Cool.
That's
so,
all you, my friend.
As everyone knows, Brad's the guy down in southern Alberta, and I'm the guy up in northern Alberta here doing a lot of events. And one of our key partners over the years has been with Extra Life. So if you guys don't know about Extra Life, there are these fundraising guilds that exist in Edmonton and Calgary that fundraise for the Solitary Children's Hospital in Edmonton. Oh, I should have worn my Extra Life shirt. I completely forgot. They fundraise for the Solitary up in Edmonton and the Alberta Children's Hospital in Calgary. So we're partnered with both Extra Life Edmonton and Extra Life Calgary with ASA. And we'll be participating in their game day event in November 7th to 8th. So what's really special about game day is, so Extra Life, they do events like all throughout the year. They're this really great community. So if you guys are looking for people to play with and to hang out with in a more casual setting, definitely check them out. Their Discords and everything are available on our website, on our partners page. You can give that a go. And they're welcoming to anyone. You don't have to be in those cities to participate in their events.
Well, and shout out to Cody in Calgary because and Edmonton as well.
Yes.
But yeah, shout outs to Cody for making Calgary really inclusive and growing. I
That's
know
right.
I know that community's been just really popping off with
Mhm.
they start out quite a bit smaller, and they're reaching out to a lot of the smaller communities around. So even
Yes.
if you're not in Edmonton or Calgary,
Yes, that's
even
right.
if you're in Red Deer or anywhere in Alberta, we'd love to have you join up and take part in these kinds of events, because they
Mhm.
support everyone locally. It's not just about one city or the other.
Yes. And you're gonna join their discords anyways, because that's how we're gonna run our event, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so every year, kind of the big event, like the big event that Extra Life Edmonton, Extra Life Calgary participates in, is game day, which is the first weekend in November. So this year is November 7th and 8th. And so Extra Life actually as a whole is a global initiative. So it connects all the children's miracle hospital networks across the world. So if you're a part of that network, like you'll likely have an Extra Life guild. And so the world participates on game day. And what we typically do is you yourself as a person can fundraise, raise some money for your respective hospital, whoever you're partnering with, and you stream for 24 hours and you fundraise, right? But now, and then especially in Edmonton, me and Elise would go to West Ed. They partner at West Ed. We'd sit in the ice rink there and we'd play for 24 hours. But with this year, with it being COVID, right, and we can't do in-person events, so everything is digital and we're all hanging out in the comfort of our homes, we're still going to do game day, but now the gates are blown open. So what myself and what Lisa at Extra Life Edmonton, the president, and Cody, the Extra Life Calgary president, what we decided to do was let's all link up together, and we're going to do, for the very first time, a 24-hour tournament. You heard that right. We're going to be doing this for 24 freaking hours, baby. And so that means it's going to be a lot of events from noon on November 7th to noon the next day. And what's hilarious is it's also daylight, so it's going to add another hour to that. And it's going to be, and they do that on purpose. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun. And guess what? The registration is now live. So I'm actually formally announcing it now. It's a little bit early. We're going to do it after Salt Mines, but since you guys are here, you guys get first dibs. Sorry? Oh, it's not? Okay, we dodged daylights this time. We dodged daylights this year. We hit it like the last
Let's just
3
add
years.
the extra hour anyway. That's fine. You know what? Just why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, so definitely check that out. Lots of different games to participate in. There's a couple of open community panels, so if you guys would like to participate, let us know. But again, this was kind of our trial run with Salt Mines here, and we'll be implementing a lot of things that worked, taking out what didn't work, and we'll make this event a success. So it should be a lot of fun.
And you know what? I've got just as an incentive here. I know y'all are listening. I'm going to get the first 5 people to sign up for Extra Life on the Smash GG there. Find it, sign up for it, however you want to do it. I'm going to give you something. I got some prizes for you.
Oh, let's go!
So here's some extra prizes for listening and for taking part.
Nice, well done. Rewards for the first 5. That's excellent. That's awesome. I'll reward the next 5. So we'll go
The
with
next
the first
5.
10.
There we go.
The next time you can hold me and Brad accountable to rewarding the first 10.
Here, you take first 5 Edmonton. I'll take first 5 Calgary. How's that?
Sure.
Because I've got a bunch of these, and they're good for Calgary. They're really good for Calgary.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out for my Edmontonian friends.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering too, the event, how it's going to work is, so we're working with Extra Life Edmonton and Calgary. We're going to be splitting the events based on basically their TOing team, right? So with, let's say, like Splatoon and Rivals, they're based in Calgary, so they'll be ran in the Calgary Extra Life Discord. And all of their registration funds, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate also will be in the Calgary Discord. So all of their registrants will be donated to the Alberta Children's Hospital in Calgary. Whereas the Edmonton focused events like Third Strike, Tekken, Melee, they'll be in the Extra Life Edmonton event, and they'll be funding the salary. So that's how we're splitting it up. But all of the finals of all the games will be streamed on our ASA channel, as well as the community panels that we're going to squeeze in there. In case you're wondering, the game that took the game that volunteered to take the degenerate hours of the night was Valorant. So if you guys want to play Valorant, get ready to drink a lot of Red Bull and stick it through from like 3 a.m. to 9 the next morning. But it's going to be a lot of fun, everyone. So I hope you guys sign up.
It'll be time for all those European Valorant teams to get revenge,
Yeah. So in terms of TOs, we were dealing a lot with the TOing for Salt Mines. So we're getting ready to staff this up. But even though the schedule is set, we actually don't have the staffing completely finalized yet. So we've been talking to our production team, our production volunteers, getting that all sorted out. But if you're looking to volunteer to get involved with ASA, to help out with Extra Life, to participate in this awesome charity event, then please reach out to me or Brad. You can either DM us on Discord or email us at either Brad or Victor at esportsalberta.ca, and we'll find a way for you to help out, because we'll definitely need a lot of help. And if you're looking to kind of get your first shot at, helping the community, working with the community, volunteering, like, this is a good opportunity.
And just think about your future as well. Think about when you submit your resume to a job application and you have Victor listed as a reference, how much he's going to shout for your name to the heavens when he gets that call. If you get on his good side, he'll be a great reference for you. I'm telling you.
Full disclosure, I've done that already many times, especially with ASA. Now that we're like a legitimate government recognized NPO, it's going to hold a lot of weight on your resume to volunteer with us, I'd say.
Yeah,
and it's always good. It's always great to volunteer with Extra Life too, guys. Like, for real, it's nothing feels better than helping out with Extra Life. It's the thing I look forward to the most every year. Is game day, and you guys will have a lot of fun. We'll make it a blast.
I just like the idea of Victor saying, yeah, they're really pog. Like, they're super pog. They're Reccas are fire. To like some corporate office guy. But yeah, no, I think that covers most of our major announcements. Hey, do we have anything else locked behind the gates here?
Man, I don't know, actually. Well, I don't see anyone registered for Extra Life, so come on, jump on it.
I know, we set up the link and everything.
We sent out the link. We gave incentives for the first 10. Get on it.
And I'll tell people if they're interested in more giveaways and more free stuff, like, if you haven't already joined the Alberta Esports Community Discord, I know most of you have, make sure you're following the announcement posts on there. I'm doing giveaways pretty much all day long through there. And usually it's just a matter of reading a post and following what it says. Sometimes it's reacting, sometimes it's doing a specific thing. We got giveaways going on from other panels, all sorts of stuff. Just taking part is really the best way to get involved and the best way to get something out of it too. So it's all on you to make sure you get those best chances, right? And seriously, it's going to be a good time, and there's lots of people to hang out with and network with.
Including a channel for volunteering opportunities that pop up.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. We're going to be trying to make sure we do our absolute best to involve any of our like employment opportunities, any of our volunteer opportunities, anything that comes up that's gaming related, esports related. You make sure that we'll be blasting out to our community so that you have the opportunity to get involved in that too.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we might as well kick off the second section here, right?
Yeah. You know what? What we can do is we can go into a bit of a break, just to get our camera set and everything, and we can jump in a little early to the ASA Q&A, and then what I'll do is at exactly 12:30, I'll do the mystery announcements, and then that'll probably close out that panel. So yeah, let's take a quick break. Throw the music on, so y'all can cat jam, and then and then we'll see you soon with hopefully some more of the executive team, and you can ask Asa anything you'd like. It's an AMA.
Oh, let's go.
Right.
Ask us almost anything.